The Joe Budden Podcast Reddit and comment section is ruining the show, and they're admitting it themselves. All the employees are a little too concerned about the comment section, and today's show highlights that completely. You see, things started off sort of spicy when Ice and Joe went back and forth over Ice's opinion on music.
And we have a disagreement on Watch the Throne. I've always been on the other side of that.
The other side of what?
Watch the Throne is not a classic project.
I didn't like Watch the Throne when it first came out, but now it's
not a classic project. We were more happy that it was old shit. See, and that's why I don't fuck with you. That's why I stopped talking.
Trolling.
Podcast arguments getting heated, that's one thing. Telling your mans of X amount of years, that's why I don't F with you? That's why I don't talk to you? Oh, listen, I don't think that's podcast beef, bro. That sounds personal. That sounds like those are issues that extend outside of the podcast. And what I fear is happening is they're slowly building up resentment for Joe. Just how Rory and Maul slowly built up resentment for Joe. Ish and Joe had their back and forth. There sounds like there's resentment there. Now Ice is telling Joe, I don't F with you. Yo, I thought y'all were all friends outside of the podcast. That's deep.
Just because I say what I believe and it's different from yours, it's not trolling, Joe.
Ice, see,
it's not trolling, though. Pick a better word.
Ice, you speaking to me aggressively. One, right?
Well, stop putting wrong words on me.
And two, this is not about my music take versus yours, so you don't have to respond that way. I have yet to insert my opinion on this.
Your opinion is I'm trolling. That is an opinion.
That ain't podcast smoke. Nah, that's real smoke right there, bro. Yo, Ice sounds again, maybe I'm just instigating, but he comes off as if he truly has discontent for Joe. It don't come off as if Ice really likes Joe. Now, that could be various things. Maybe Joe comes off as pompous and arrogant on the podcast, and he can only take so much of Joe being condescending, right? He can only take so much of Joe talking to him like Joe talks to the women in the DR he paid $40 to hit. Maybe that's what it is. But if I was to guess, it's probably something outside of the podcast. Again, I don't know the dynamic of these dudes. Maybe before the podcast when Joe was falling off as a rapper, maybe Ice was the cool one. Maybe Ice, had authority in their friend group. Joe was on, Joe popping. Now Joe voice hold authority. Now maybe before Joe got on, Ice was the man in the friend group. Now Joe got on, now Joe the man. And he's having a tough time with Joe being condescending and undermining him because he's used to being the voice of authority. Who knows? I just know that this man clearly don't like Joe. And he just told Joe to his face, I don't F with you, that's why we don't talk.
So you did insert your opinion.
You are trolling, or you speak for a very small group of people.
Joe really be talking to these guys like they his Dominican hoes, bro. Like they don't understand English, bro. Listen, I don't know how Ice does it, man. Now, Ice went from crashing out on Joe to crashing out on QueenFlip.
I don't like that shit. Look, I don't like that shit.
Your foot wagging off again.
Yo, dog, my foot shakes. I'm sitting up here on the couch.
We know what it shakes.
We know what it shakes. On a couch that's made for fucking 5'3" and under people.
Y'all always this couch.
It's a slap in the face. It's such a slap in the face.
How?
It is such a slap in the face.
Why? It's a nice couch.
I can't discuss it publicly.
It was expensive.
It was a very expensive couch. But I think, no.
Oh, shit, these niggas double it down.
What you about to
fuck
say?
with y'all niggas, double down, fuck it.
You about to
Him telling us that, I intentionally got it so y'all not comfortable is a slap in the face too.
Yo,
Not saying you got to be comfortable at work, but I'm just saying. I get it.
Yeah, nigga. Look.
It's feisty today.
Look, yeah.
Ice Spice.
Yeah.
Ice Spice.
He is Ice Spice.
Ice Spice.
I can tell.
Ice Spice.
I ain't gonna lie, you ain't played today.
Bro, I got a good night's sleep and I feel good.
Feeling good makes you want to come fight with everybody, huh?
Nah, y'all, I just usually I shut up and let y'all, not go
Oh,
there.
shit.
I think you could take him.
We saw the nigga that been reading the comments.
QueenFlip is bootlicking. Now, when I say bootlicking, I ain't talking about race. I'm talking about authority and subordinate. The subordinates are supposed to be on the same level because the rights you fight for benefits everybody. The minute one subordinate leaves the group and starts closing up with the authority, that becomes contentious, right? Because now they look at you like a sellout. So Ice and Ish has expressed in the past they look at QueenFlip like a sellout. So I believe this conversation probably wouldn't have been as intense if they didn't already view QueenFlip as a sellout. Now, QueenFlip mentioned something particular. Now, he says that Ice is coming on the show and arguing and being really combative because Ice has read the comments, and the comments have been saying that Ice is too passive. They're walking over Ice. Ice need to speak up for himself more. So QueenFlip is accusing Ice of reading the comments and coming to work and changing up his entire flow.
I'm not you, Flip.
Hey, Flip, you're here.
I ain't you.
I'm
not you. I see you too.
I read them.
You read them.
I do.
Okay,
You
so
as
don't
well.
No, I don't.
You're very defensive today. You're attacking everybody for no reason.
Now, let's pause here. When Flip says attacking everybody for no reason, he's talking about Ice attacking Joe, which is pure bootlicking activities, bro. Because why do you care that the subordinate is attacking the authority? You're supposed to be cheering on the subordinate. The minute you cross that picket line, bro, and join Joe and go against the other subordinates, bro, you become a bootlicker.
Let's talk about it, nigga.
I just told you. I got a good night's sleep. Yeah,
the camera on me.
No, it does.
A good sleep don't do that, nigga.
A good sleep get you ready for the bullshit.
Listening to niggas
A good
say,
sleep
yo,
ready for
you
the
let the niggas
bullshit.
do that to you up there, nigga. So you gonna say something and you
Flip,
find
that's
that
you that can't be yourself, nigga.
I am me, nigga. I am me.
Flip, no, you not.
Pander,
You
nigga.
whoever they want you to be.
Nigga.
You whoever they want you to
Fuck you
be.
talking about, nigga.
Be yourself sometimes.
I am me,
Try
nigga.
it.
I don't know about y'all, bro. That don't sound like no podcast issues. That sound like some real issues. Now, here's the thing that's going on, right? And I understand Ice's frustration if QueenFlip is truly doing this. Ice is stating that QueenFlip changes his personality and opinions based on the chat so he can please the chat and be in I guess, more favor with Joe and Ian. All right? Now, if you guys never been in that situation, you don't understand how frustrating it is. If you're, let's say, on a panel or on a show and you're having a discussion that you truly care about, if you look over and you see your co-host or somebody who's on the panel with you reading all the comments, and then you watch them in real time change their opinions or readapt to favor the comment section, yo, that's the most annoying thing in the world, because now you understand, bro, the conversation I'm having means nothing, bro. Like, this person is disingenuine, all right, and they're changing their personalities and opinions to please the chat so they don't see any negative comments. Like, it's annoying.
You don't know
Fuck you talk about,
you
nigga.
whoever they want you to
I deleted
be.
the app today because I just want the world. Or I tweaked because I went, shut the fuck up.
Oh, now you
attention
repeating
ass
shit
nigga.
Joe said. Look
Fuck
at you.
I don't
You
give a fuck
fucking
what he said.
mouthpiece.
Fuck that nigga, nigga.
Grow a set
Fuck
and
that
be
nigga.
you.
Fuck you,
Grow
nigga.
a set and be you.
Fuck out of here, nigga.
Grow a
I'm
set
from
and be
Queens
you.
and I am
I don't
me,
care
nigga.
where you from.
Fuck
You in
you talk
Jersey,
about,
nigga. Act like
And
you in
what?
Jersey. I don't
And
care
they
where
ain't
you
gonna do
from.
nothing in
I
Jersey,
don't care
nigga.
where you from.
Fuck you talk about.
I'm talking
Be
to you,
yourself,
nigga.
nigga.
Be you.
Fuck you
You
talk
don't
about.
know
This
who you
I've been
are.
documented, nigga.
You don't know who the fuck you are.
Not even documented, nigga.
I don't care,
This
nigga.
shit ain't
I
documented.
don't care.
This shit talking crazy
I
and backing
don't
up,
care,
nigga, for the
nigga.
people, nigga.
Nigga, you
Fuck the
sit there.
people,
Nah, nigga, fuck you.
Fuck you talking about.
I'm talking to you.
I said,
And this shit
what
like
the fuck
video
you
and
I'm with whatever. I'm with everything.
And I'm saying this
I'm with
motherfucker all props.
everything.
The comment section is 100% responsible for that argument. Y'all hear Ice now trying to speak up and really poke his chest out because the comment section done called Ice a mark, he a civilian, blah, blah. Yo, suburban white kids who listen to these podcasts, bro, they hate civilians. Like, they hate people who are not engaged in no street stuff, right? But they view QueenFlip, oh my God, yo, QueenFlip is so cool because he a street nigga. So Ice is like, bro, you ain't finna punk me on this show. I'ma pop my ish. Wish he should. But I just hate that those two ended up getting into it when the issue was with Ice and Joe. But, hey, there'll always be that one bootlicker, man, right, who want to be as close to the authority figure as possible, man. And in this situation right here, the bootlicker was QueenFlip. Y'all let me know in the comment section, man, who do you guys think is tripping, man, QueenFlip or Ice? But while you guys are here, though, click on the video somewhere on my screen, man, to find out why Cardi B wanted to ruin this fan's life for doing this. I'm going to see you guys in this video, all right? I'm out of here, folks. Peace.